So my bench is pretty crowded again. I wanted to do a video here because I'm having an interesting experience with this saw. So I bought this saw as a runner, supposedly, and this was for a friend of mine that needs a stihl ms200t, something that's a nice strong climber. And the money seemed right, and if it's a runner, then it's good shape. However, when I got the saw, the first thing that I did was a compression test, and the compression was a little bit on the low side, say about 120 pounds. Yet this was supposedly a brand new piston and cylinder. Now it's an aftermarket piston and cylinder, so maybe that has to do with it. So I checked the squish. The squish was 47,000, so that's kind of high, especially on a small saw. So, okay, so I can tighten that up. That's no big deal. So I have to take the cylinder head off and then figure out exactly what I'm going to do. I'll probably actually machine some off of the base of the cylinder head in this particular case. But that's not the issue. The issue is that I wanted to make sure that after the rebuild that they did, that this was not going to be a problem in other ways. So if you remember my other video about pressure testing, it's because some people, when they do rebuilds, they don't find out why the top end of the saw died in the first place. And in this case, it's a good thing I did the pressure test, because as it turns out, the seal here is bad. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of WD-40 on here, and see the bubbles? The seal in there is clearly bad, and the whole reason, probably why this top end originally toasted. So they didn't diagnose this properly, and that tells me that whoever put this thing back together, even if it's a shop, they had the high school kid doing it, not the professional. So that's pretty disappointing, which means I have to dismantle this thing further, and it potentially needs a full rebuild. So as it turns out, the seal on the other side I think is okay. So maybe I'll just replace this one. I don't exactly know yet. But this is a lot of work to get this saw properly running. So whenever you buy a used saw, understand that even if somebody says they've been through it, you gotta find out who went through it and how much experience they have and exactly what they did. And often, as I'm figuring out, things are missed. I'm not saying I don't miss things, but that one's pretty obvious. So, just wanted to give a quick update video. Forgive me for not making updates for last week. I've not been feeling well. And so, hope you like this. I'll get this rebuilt and hopefully running, or I'll send it back. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this yet. I may simply send this thing back, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.